Welcome to Economics. This course utilizes a blended model, which means there will be an online component required by the student. You will have to complete tasks outside of our classroom using the device provided by the school. 2 days a week, students will be in class with the teacher directly. The other 3 days, students will be required to be present in the upper hub. So far, working in the upper hub has proven to be what most students have struggled with. Mrs. Hayward or another person will take and record attendance while you are there. If you are not present, you will be disciplined for cutting the class. This is not a time for you to work on things from other classes, like it's a study hall. This is also not a time for you to socialize. It's okay to work and collaborate with other students with the economics material, but please try to manage your time and use it as best you can. The time in the upper hub is part of our class, and your first priority should always be to work on the material for this class. If you do this, there honestly is not a lot you will need to do outside of the school day unless it is to study for an upcoming test. The first thing you should do when you get to the hub is to check the course calendar. When you log in to your account, it should open directly to the updates page, which I'll come back to in a moment. The course calendar is over here on the right side of your screen. You'll have some upcoming items listed here. If something has passed, for example, you were absent one day that you were supposed to be in the hub and or when you were supposed to be face-to-face with me, then you would click on this little numbered icon and it will open up the entire calendar for you and you can navigate back and forth to the different months and weeks. I'll come back to the calendar in a few moments. I will be updating this daily. It will give you explicit instructions as to what you should be working on when you are there. When we have class face-to-face, it will be titled Agenda. When you are in the hub, it will be titled Hub. Please remember to select View Item to make sure you are seeing all of what you need for the day if you are in the full calendar option for viewing. Oftentimes, I will directly link files or sites within the calendar post so that you don't have to click around a lot. If I click on the item in the upcoming list, for example, when I click on Hub for Tuesday, January 5th, it'll give you a view like this. If there is anything to link to, you'll be able to link to it here, and then underneath you'll see an area where there could be some possible attachments. When you are in the full calendar view, like this, you can click on an item, but it will open up in a smaller window. Now there's no files that I attached for this first item that's on the calendar, so there's nothing else here. But just to be sure, if you're using this view, make sure that you click on View Item so that you can make sure you're not missing anything. That was something that was missed frequently last semester. I will also be utilizing Updates, which is the default page that it opens up to when you log in. They may repeat what is posted on the calendar, but I'm just trying to make sure that you see what you need to be doing, whether we are in or out of our face-to-face classroom time. And most importantly, if I forget to tell you something and I'm not going to see you until 2 days later, I'll be using this for that. Under Materials, I have weekly folders created for what we do in and out of class. Here's the materials link. And here's an example of our first, one of the weekly folders. There is, by default, a couple of things that will show up. We have the textbook sign out, which will be available for a couple of weeks. I'm not going to be giving you a textbook for this class. It is available online. However, there were some students last semester that did want to have a print copy, and since we have that available to us, if you would like to have one, you can sign up for it here. And then Friday signups. This is the office hours time. So if you were absent and you don't understand the work that you missed, you can access everything online through Schoology. But in the off chance that we have a hard copy of something, or you need some clarification, or if you have to make up a quiz or a test or something like that, or I want to see you to make sure some things, we'll use this to sign up for that. The materials folder, if we open it up, there's a couple of things I wanted to point out. This PDF document will give you directions on how to sign up for Remind. I highly suggest that you do this. I will be using, you can sign up as a text or an email, and these are just short blasts that I may send to remind you about something, or possibly if I forget to tell you something in class when I see you. You're not going to be, and I don't expect you to be on Schoology all the time, so that's why I'm not going to fully rely on that. The Remind might just say, for you to look at that. There are also instructions on how to sign up for our class on Edpuzzle and Quizlet. And so you see, if you click this link here, it'll take you directly to Quizlet, and it's a single sign-on with Google, and that gets you into our class, and you should be using this for vocabulary. And then this gives you directions on how to sign up for Edpuzzle. It'll give you the class code. I'll be putting videos on there. You're watching this one through there. And when you're in the materials, you can also view them by type. So there's a couple of different viewing options. I don't know if you noticed, when you first go to the page, it has the folder collapsed. You can open it just by clicking on that little toggle button that's there on the left side of the folder. It's not going to show you everything though. This is just a little quicker access to something so that you don't have to click as many times, because it is a pretty click heavy program. If you are in the full folder view, you'll see that there's more that you can see here. With the pages view, for example, I have it set so that it'll show the information to you right away. So it's viewable right away when you're in the folder, but on that expanded view on the previous page, you couldn't see that. And I'm, again, just trying to do this so that there's not as much clicking that's available, and you know specifically what is in there. But I like this pages view, and note the icon for page. I like the pages view because I can use it kind of like I used to use for my old website, and get more information on there. So there's not directions pointing you to click on the file below, or that kind of thing. While we're here, take note of the different icons. This is the pages one. You have a little green puzzle piece for quizzes and tests. And there's a little caption call out bubble if there's discussions and all kinds of things. So just kind of take notice of the different icons of things as we progress throughout the semester. You can also, when you are in the materials view, sorry, I clicked one too many there. When you're in the materials view, you can also select this all materials toggle, and it will sort the materials by the different types of files or items that we have. Now, we don't have very much as we're starting, so there's not a lot here, but this would be an example from my other class where you can click on assignments, and then it'll show you all the assignments that we've done, or all of the tests and quizzes that we've done. So the reason that I'm pointing that out to you is just in case maybe you were absent, you missed a quiz or a test or an assignment, and you know what it is, but you can't remember what week it was in, then that's a quick way that you can get there. When you're viewing the folder, remember you've got that drop down, which I mentioned earlier, and again, I just like this for quicker access for things. The last thing that I wanted to point out was up here, this envelope icon at the top right of your screen when you're in Schoology. You can use this to message me within the program, just like email. You can use this if you have questions, if you're turning in late work. Use that to let me know. Once I've graded something, I will not go back to look for it unless you've let me know that it's completed. So please make sure to utilize that or your regular school email to give me any questions, or if you've missed something and you're turning something in late. I hope this has been informative for you and will help you navigate the economics course in Schoology a little bit better.